In the topic, the origin of life, we will be discussing about the evidence for the origin of life. As we know that life in the earlier times in the formation of Earth originated in the very simple forms. And these simple forms were preserved in the form of microfossils. And these microfossils can be found in the crust of the Earth. The early period when the life was formed is called Precambrian world. The Precambrian world is divided into three major eons, which are Hadean eon, Archean eon, and the Proterozoic eon. The Hadean eon spans from the origin of the Earth, which is 4.57 to about 4 giga-annum. And you know what is giga-annum? 1,000 years. So that means 1 billion years ago is the giga-annum, and 4 billion years ago is the 4 giga-annum. So here, this is the diagram which is showing the time scale of major events in the history of Earth and life. Most of the time scale is occupied by the Precambrian period. If you see that more than 1,000 mega-annum, there is, first of all, the earliest most eon is the Hadean, which is the earliest form. It is spanning from the origin of life. And then there comes the apex skirt, Australia, origin of life and oldest rocks. And here the prokaryotes were started from 4,000 to the 2,500 million years ago. And then there comes the gunflint chert and the last eon of the Precambrian period, which is called Proterozoic. So, and there are bitter springs, Kurt, Edicara, and abundant life fossils, which we can see in here. So, what are these things we will be discussing? And here on the right side, you can see the prokaryotes and when was the oxygenation of atmosphere took place, eukaryotes when come the multicellular organism, and so on. So, in the Precambrian world, there is the Earth started forming, and it started the beginning of the Hadean. The temperature on the surface were too high to host any life, and the crust was too unstable for any form of carbon-based life to exist. So that means the Earth started cooling down, and that later resulted into some formation of the lithosphere. Wherever the word lith comes, that means the rock. So lithosphere means the outer crust, which is rocky. So as the Earth's surface cooled, the lithosphere, its rocky crust, began to differentiate as a cooler upper layer and above the underlying asthenosphere. Asthenosphere was still liquid magma, which is still present in the core of our Earth. And after the cooling of Earth, the oldest rocks were formed, and the oldest rocks are from the Canada. And these are dated from 3.8 to 4 giga-annum. That means 3.48 to 4 billion years ago. And some mineral grains from Australia have been dated to 4.4 giga-annum. So you see that these are the different rocks which we have identified so far. And if we have identified the rocks, maybe we can find some of the organisms which may be present in the form of the fossils in these rocks. So, and after the Hadean, there comes the Archean era or Archean eon. It lasted from 4 to 2.5 giga-annum, and the oldest sedimentary rocks from the Iswa group in the Greenland were found, which are 3.8 to 3.7 giga-annum of age. So these are sedimentary rocks. Again, what is sedimentary rocks? We have discussed that when we were discussing about the fossilization. So sedimentary rocks are made up of the sediments, right? So first layer of sediments come, and there comes a later and later, and so on. So these sedimentary rocks were found in the Iswa group in the Greenland. And there were two scientists named as Rosing and Frey. In 2004, they reported that value of the carbon isotope of 13 in organic matter from the Iswa group rocks is matching that is present in our modern life organic matter. So where did that organic carbon came from? It is hypothesized that it was present at that time from the planktons, right? So the photosynthetic planktons were present at that time, who photosynthesized and incorporated the carbon in their bodies with the help of sunlight. And after that, there is the great oxygenation event. So the earlier forms, the earlier eons, which was Hadean and Archean, there was intense volcanic eruptions, and the atmosphere was having much more carbon dioxide. But after that, there was a shift from the carbon dioxide to the oxygen in the atmosphere. And how did it happen? It happened due to the photosynthetic organism, or the evolution of the cyanobacteria. The Proterozoic eon from 2.5 giga-annum to the 542 million years ago. These 2.5 giga-annum atmospheric oxygen level rose to 100, or 1/10 of the modern level. So again, this is the paleoclimates that we are discussing. So scientists have looked into the rocks, and they have calculated that how the carbon dioxide shifted into the oxygen, not only based on the oxygen and carbon dioxide content in the rocks, but also some other events. For example, the iron oxide, the formation of the iron oxides. So, and there comes the second rise of oxygen as well. Around 0.8 to 0.6 giga-annum is indicated by increased level of marine sulfates. So sulfates are containing oxygen as the part of their molecule. So if the oxygen level is rising, that means there is increased oxygen in the environment. The free oxygen is environment. The two rises in the oxygen level at the beginning and at the end of the Proterozoic happened, and these are the events which are related to the increased amount of planktons, or the blue-green algae, or the cyanobacteria, which are photosynthetic organism, and photosynthesis through these organisms led to the theories which are increased amount of oxygen in the environment.